Steph, Caregivers Chronicles Unveiled, the critical care unit for caregivers. Real conversations, real care, real healing. Doc Steph, I see your hands holding the weight of 100 plans. Soft in the dark, strong in the light. You make it feel a little more right. Take a breath.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Caregivers Chronicles Unveiled. This is episode 5 and the end of this series, but we will have more to come. We're going to go deeper into this in the conversations. Please join in, leave your comments, ask your questions. I am Doc Steph, and we're going to talk about the financial realities many caregivers quietly face behind the scenes. And it is one of the least discussed parts of caregiving, and it can affect the caregiver's financial stability, career path, and future. Caregiving often affects far more than the emotions and daily routines. For many caregivers, it impacts employment, income, savings, personal goals, and long-term financial stability. Portion Portions of this conversation may reflect the experience of personal and family caregivers more directly. Many home health aides and direct care providers also face financial hardships while caring for others despite the essential services they provide. Now, professional caregivers such as healthcare workers, therapists, CNAs, and residential workers may experience these realities differently depending on their roles, responsibility, and work environments. But caregiving can create financial strain in many different ways. So, for many caregivers, financial pressure becomes even heavier when care requires more time and attention. Some caregivers find themselves reducing work hours or becoming unable to work consistently because the caregiving responsibilities become too demanding to balance alongside employment. So, in those moments, difficult questions often begin surfacing internally. How do I remain financially independent? What happens to my future stability? And when caregiving eventually ends, many caregivers are left wondering what comes next. Will there be a place to live? Will it be possible to rebuild financially or secure employment outside of caregiving responsibilities? Those uncertainties can create emotional stress that many caregivers do not fully consider before caregiving becomes a part of their daily, reality. I experienced moments where caregiving affected my sense of financial stability and personal security. Balancing work responsibilities, caregiving demands, and personal well being created emotional pressure. So, not only was I caring for my loved one and with their health, wellness, or well-being, and also I had to deal with my own health illnesses, and I had to try to work at the same time. And there came, a time when employment flexibility was necessary because the caregiving responsibilities were constantly shifting. I also witnessed how caregiving can leave some individuals homeless after their personal sacrifice. So, living in the loved one's home forces us to consider our housing situation and how to maintain stability, the things most caregivers do not think about until it's too late. So, caregiving can force people into difficult decisions that affect not only the present moment, but also their long term future. So, if caregiving has affected your finances, your career path, personal goals, or sense of stability, you are not alone. Many caregivers quietly make sacrifices that other people never fully recognize or understand. That reality deserves an honest conversation, practical support, and compassion rather than shame or judgment. So caregivers should not have to feel invisible while carrying both emotional and financial responsibilities. Caregiving often requires sacrifices that extend beyond emotional energy and physical effort. For many caregivers, the financial impact becomes part of the hidden reality that carry privately every day. So, thank you again for joining me for this episode of Caregivers Chronicles Unveiled. I am Doc Staff, and we are the critical care unit for caregivers. I hope this conversation reminded you that your sacrifices, your concerns, and your well being matter to us. And also keep in mind to join in on the conversation. We're here to support and help one another with understanding as well as empathy. Until the next time.
Dark stuff. Real conversations, real care, real healing.